Hi everyone, this is Jenny with Beacon Health and Fitness, and today we'll be doing a 30-minute Sun Salutation Flow with modifications given throughout. And so we're going to begin here standing, so kind of coming into just this moment. Inhaling high, exhaling, dropping forward, planting your hands. I'm using blocks today. So inhale, lifting halfway up, lengthening the spine. Hands can be on your blocks or on the mat, on your shins or your thighs. Good. We'll exhale down and then inhale back to plank position. Knees can be dropped in plank or lifted. Good. We're looking good. So dropping through that little backwards push up or dropping down and then lifting to an upward facing dog. You could also keep your knees down and lift to Sphinx pose with your elbows resting on the earth, or lift to Cobra. So keeping the thighs on the mat, gaze out in front of the mat. Whatever back bend feels good for you today. Each day can be different. Knees can be down. We're going to find our way back through plank, pushing back into downward facing dog. So our gaze is right at our thighs. We're really pushing our chest towards our thighs. Good. We're stepping forward. Head hangs heavy. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale down. And then inhale, lifting all the way to the top of the mat. Follow your thumbs right up to the top. Right up towards the sky. Follow your thumbs as you drop forward. Good. Placing your hands. That was our first sun salutation. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale down. We're going to flow through 6 rounds of Sun Salutation A. This is number 2. So exhaling down, keeping the elbows next to the chest. Knees can be on the mat or lifted. Here is upward facing dog pose. Good. Finding plank, pushing to downward facing dog. Walking that out. Head hangs heavy. Chest reaching towards the thighs. Good. Step that forward. Head drops. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale down. Inhale, lift all the way to the top. Again, follow your thumbs as they come together and dropping forward. This is Sun Salutation number 3. Lift halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale down. So we're linking movement with breath, warming up our bodies here, stepping back to plank. I think I'll show this round modified. Knees down, lifting to small cobra there, whatever feels good for your back. Dropping forward, lifting to a plank. Even if knees are down, that's perfectly fine. And then pushing back through, finding downward facing dog. Everyone's downward dog looks different. Your knees could be bent a lot more. Good. Stepping forward. Head hangs heavy. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Knees are bent. Big inhale all the way to the top. Follow that, follow that. Gazing up at your thumbs. Dropping forward, following the thumbs right down to the mat. Good. Head hangs heavy. Lift halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale down. Good. Stepping to plank. Dropping through our chaturang, staff pose, lifting upward facing dog. Whatever is working for you today, finding downward facing dog. Good. Gazing forward, stepping forward. Head hangs heavy. Lift halfway, lengthen the spine. Big inhale, exhale down. Inhale all the way to the top. Good. So finding your breath. Dropping forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Stepping to plank. Good. Dropping through, linking movement and breath. Maybe you're engaging Ujjayi breath. Good. Downward facing dog. So you're breathing through your nose, engaging the back of the throat on your exhale. Head hangs heavy. Inhale, lift halfway. Dropping back to standing forward fold. Lift all the way to the top. Follow the thumbs. Let your gaze lift. Let your gaze drop. Good. Standing forward fold. Lift halfway. Inhale. Exhale down. Good. Finding plank. Dropping through. Good. Lifting upward facing dog or cobra or sphinx. Downward facing dog. Head hangs heavy. Good. Go ahead and step forward. Finding forward fold. Head hangs heavy. Lifting halfway up. Chest reaching towards the thighs in that forward fold. Inhale, lift. Good. Thumbs lead. Follow that gaze. Good. Nice. Dropping through. Holding here. Breathing. So moving from here into our Sun Salutation B sequence. We'll be doing 4 rounds of Sun Salutation B. Inhale, lifting high. Exhale, diving forward. Follow those thumbs. Good. Inhale, dropping down right into chair pose. You can let your hands sweep the earth. Holding here, breathing. Weight is in the heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes. Arms can be lifted or finding prayer. Good. Head drops forward. Lift halfway. Exhale down. Good. Stepping back to plank. Good. Dropping through. Knees can be dropped. Good. Show these modifications first time through. Finding cobra. Knees up through plank. Good. Finding downward facing dog. Right leg stretches behind. Knee comes towards the nose. We're moving that right foot forward and pushing the left foot to the outside of the mat. Finding 45-degree angle as we find warrior 1 here. So hips are facing forward. We're lunging into front leg. Maybe checking your hips with your hands on your hips. Belly button squeeze towards spine. Tailbone reaching down towards the earth. Good. Lifting that back heel as we lift that right leg high. Coming into 3-legged dog. Hips are square. So you can leave this right leg lifted if you like as you drop through your chaturang, finding upward facing dog. It's perfectly fine to drop that foot too. So dropping through, finding downward dog. Good. Left leg reaches behind, steps forward. Taking that right foot to the outer edge of the mat, so our feet are on train tracks here. Lifting high to warrior 1, hips are facing forward, lunging into that left leg. Good. Right hip is pushing forward. Good. Reaching down. Left leg is now going to reach to the sky. Right heel lifted now, dropping through chaturang or staff pose, lifting to upward facing dog. Good. That leg can be lifted or it can be down. Either is fine. Whatever is working for you today. Take your gaze up between your hands. Go ahead and step or jump forward. Head hangs heavy. Forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Finding that chair again. Good. Maybe hands remain heart center this time. Or prayer hands. Holding here, breathing. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Dropping forward. Lift halfway. Exhale down. Inhale, knees bend. Lift all the way to the top. Continue to follow the thumbs. Follow that gaze. Dropping forward. There was one Sun Salutation B. Lift halfway. Find your chair. Hold there. Breathe. Good. Can you take your chair a little lower? Drop forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Finding plank. Step or jump back. Good. Drop through. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Pushing to downward facing dog. Right leg is going to reach behind. Stepping forward. Left foot, outer edge of the mat. Warrior one, lifting high. Good. Hips facing forward. Good. Reaching forward. Right leg lifts to the sky. Maybe keeping that leg lifted as you drop through your sequence, your vinyasa. Good. Inhale. Exhale, back downward facing dog. Remembering your breath, finding your breath. Left leg stretches behind, comes forward. Right foot outer edge of the mat. Inhale, lift high, hips facing forward. Warrior one. Exhale, dropping forward. Good. Left leg stretches high, three-legged dog, and then dropping through that three-legged staff pose or one-legged staff pose. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back downward facing dog. Good. Gaze is forward. Step or jump forward. Head hangs heavy. Inhale. Lift. Dropping into chair pose once again. Hands remain. Heart center. Prayer hands. Good. Holding that posture. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift all the way to the top. Follow the gaze, follow the thumbs. Good. Diving forward. Inhale, lift halfway, dropping into that chair once again. Maybe arms are lifted. Weight is in the heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes. Maybe add a little pulse to that if you like. Good. Diving forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Find your plank. Dropping through upward facing dog. Pushing to downward facing dog. You can always just meet in downward facing dog. Good. In between, right leg comes forward. Lift high, warrior one. Beautiful. Exhale, forward. Right leg lifts to the sky. We've lifted that left heel. Drop through your vinyasa there. So this, if you want to skip this portion and just move right to downward, stay in downward facing dog, that's fine too. At any time. Good. Left leg lifts, comes forward, stepping through, right foot to outer edge of the mat, 45-degree angle, lift. Good. Lift to warrior one. Exhale, dive forward. Pick up that right heel, left leg reaches to the sky. Dropping forward, dropping through that staff pose, one-legged staff pose. Good. Go ahead and step or jump forward. Head hangs heavy and standing forward fold. We're going to find our chair again. Good. Hold there, breathing. Head hangs heavy, dropping forward fold. Lift halfway. Exhale down. Inhale, lifting all the way to the top. Good. Nice. I believe we have one more here. Exhaling down. Inhale, lift halfway. Good. Dropping into that chair. Hold there, breathing. We're almost there. Good. Dive forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Finding plank, stepping or jumping back, dropping through, lifting upward facing dog or cobra, pushing downward facing dog. One more time through. Right leg stretches behind, steps forward. Inhale, lift high, warrior one. Okay. Dropping forward. Right leg lifts high. Good. Dropping through, staff pose, upward dog, pushing to downward dog. Finding your breath. Left leg's going to reach behind, stepping forward. Right foot outer edge of the mat, lifting high. Good. Again, reaching forward. Pick up that right heel. Left leg reaches to the sky. Drops through our chaturanga. Lifting to upward facing dog. Good. And then pushing downward facing dog. Find your inhale and your exhale as it suits your practice. We're stepping forward, jumping forward. Head hangs heavy. Finding that chair. One more time. Pulling hands heart center. Prayer hands. Hold there. Breathe. Very nice. Good. Diving forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Inhale, lifting all the way to the top. Pulling hands heart center. Holding here, breathing. Beautiful. That's just our basic sun salutations. Sometimes when I'm struggling with creativity a bit, find your way back to forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to the mat. Finding plank briefly. Knees can be down. Good. We're going to drop all the way down slowly to the mat. Elbows stay next to the chest. We're going to find locust pose here. So I've set my blocks to the side. You can sweep your arms back. Feet are lifted. Chest is lifted. Hands can be just hovering off the mat if you prefer. Maybe reaching overhead, sweeping arms back, lifting the chest a little bit higher. Gaze is right out in front of the mat. Glutes are engaged, quads engaged. Good. Take the knees wide and push back to child's pose. Hold here, breathing. Reaching the hands long, perhaps. If you'd like to use your blocks in this posture, you can hold onto your blocks under your hands, kind of lengthening that stretch through the shoulders. Increasing that stretch. Good. Hold here, breathe. But sometimes it's nice to just return to these basics. I know when I'm struggling with creativity a little bit, if I can just return to this place, it can, at least then I'm still in my practice and it can help me to move forward from here. Good. So we're finding puppy pose here. So we'll walk the hands to the top of the mat. The hips stay lifted. We're still getting that nice stretch through the shoulders, through the back. Right leg extends to the side. You can't really see this here, but take your right leg straight out from your body or wherever it's comfortable for you. Outer edge of the right foot is reaching towards the earth. Good. We're going to extend left hand to the side and then thread it under the body. So left hand is reaching towards right foot. And we want that right arm still extended. You could use a block there if you like. If you need a block under your head or a book, whatever you have with you, you could use that. Good. We're kind of rotating the right shoulder to the right so that we're looking for this extension across our upper back, separating the shoulder blades. Good. Go ahead and unfurl that left hand. We're taking that right leg now, crossing it behind our body. And you're going to take your gaze towards that right foot, which is on your left side now, just to get a nice right side body stretch. It's a great stretch for the right outer hip. Good. Holding there, breathing. Good. Finding way back to tabletop as we walk the hands long again. Finding puppy posture. So it's sort of a modified child's pose. Hips are lifted. Left leg now reaches to the side. The outer edge of the left foot is reaching towards the earth. The toes face forward. Returning to your breath here, looking for that nice stretch for inner thigh, outer hip. Good. We're going to extend right arm straight out from the body, bring it under the body, and reach the right hand towards the left foot. Good. Turning your head, resting your head on your mats. You're gazing in the same direction as that right hand, reaching towards the left foot. Again, rotate left shoulder to the left, stretching across the upper back. So now we're going to take that left leg coming back towards tabletop and take that left leg, stretching it behind, across the body to the right side, and then take your gaze in the direction of that left foot, looking for that nice left side body stretch. The stretch for the outer hip. Good, bringing that leg back in line. And we're just going to drop back here into, some people call this rock pose. Can also be thought of as seed pose. So just kind of dropping, it's also child's pose with the knees together. So knees are together, the forehead's just resting on the mat, and the hands are reaching for the heels. So we've just kind of become this little rock here, or seed. And we're really looking for a stretch across the upper back. So you're thinking about separating your shoulder blades. We do a lot in yoga, drawing the shoulder blades together, opening the chest, which is beautiful. But then we want to kind of draw the shoulder blades apart and get that nice stretch across the upper back as well. Good. So coming out of that, we'll come to a seated position just briefly. We're going to drop down to our backs, maybe keeping a block close by or a little small stack of books, whatever works for you, as we find bridge pose here. So heels are, should be able to touch your heels with your fingertips. And then if you'd like to place a block or a book under your sacrum, so that bony part of your lower back, lifting your hips to the sky. If you use a prop there, it can become a nice restorative bridge. So you're not engaging as much through your quads. It's more a resting posture through your glutes with that little prop. Knees stay hip distance apart. Maybe your arms are open wide. And we're just getting a nice opening of the chest here, opening of the front body. Holding your breathing. Returning to your breath. Nice. Go ahead and remove a prop if you've had a prop there. And we're going to bring the knees into the chest. Take a few rocks side to side here. And then we will draw the soles of the feet together, just letting them fall down to the mat, letting the knees fall open, finding supine bound angle. If you'd like to place a prop, book, or a block under your thighs on each side, you can do that to give yourself a little support. Okay. And just opening the hips here. The arms can rest on your belly or open to the earth. breathing here. Being thankful for this moment of quiet, of rest. Good. From that supine bound angle, go ahead and bring your left leg across your body over to meet the right. Maybe reaching with your right hand for your left thigh, taking your gaze past your left arm, your left fingertips, keeping that left arm open wide, finding that gentle supine twist there. Taking some nice deep breaths, breathing into your side body. We'll revisit that supine bound angle as we come through the middle. Maybe reaching your hands high, just giving a little roll of your wrists, maybe a little pull in each direction just to give your wrists a stretch. You gave them some work and all those sun salutations. Good. And bringing that right leg across the body to meet the left. Right arm opens wide, gazes past the right fingertips. Good. Finding supine twist on that side. Breathing into that right side body stretch. Coming back through middle, you can find your way to Shavasana, so extending your feet long to the corners of your mat. Good, adjusting your shoulder blades so you're resting comfortably. Feel your body melt into the mat. Returning to your breath. Relaxing your jaw. The space between your eyebrows. Noticing the places where your body touches the mat. Feel that sinking in, the heaviness. Finding peace. Calm. You're ready, you can begin to bring movement back to your body, maybe wiggling fingers and toes, rolling out wrists and ankles. You can roll to one side or the other, finding fetal position, resting your head on your arm. When you're ready, you can make your way back to a seated position, whether that's hero pose or easy pose. Nice. Thank you for being here, practicing with me today on my porch. The light in me honors the light in you always. Namaste. Have a beautiful, blessed day.